How are we, people? For some reason we are sideways. So why are we sideways again? How are we all going? So I'm just having a look at why we have gone sideways here. What about if we turn it up like this? There we go. We can still make it happen. How is everyone going? So I've spent say most of the morning today rocking out you can say a group discussion or a conference call with my coaches and some other coaches that were involved in this pretty cool team of people that are collaborating and talking about how they're growing and so on and so forth. And good to have everyone on. And the biggest thing that came up was, firstly, I was talking to them about, okay, you know, I want to be the missing link. I want to be able to be that bridge for people to get from A to B, yeah, and whatever that might be. It's always going to be different with different people. And what they firstly said to me, you know, as being great coaches, they're not going to create a bridge. They're going to say, okay, how do you build a bridge? And I said, okay, well, I want to be able to see what's missing in most people's lives, and more importantly, what's missing in the market, yeah. And what's happening is with most entrepreneurs, and this is from amazing coaches, so it's not picking on anyone, it's not having a go at anyone or anything like that. It's just it's letting people know the truth. And where people are missing, or young entrepreneurs are missing, it is that everyone's too common, yeah. And what they're offering is either sales, either, you know, just like some sort of edgy message, but their message is very misconcepted. There's no message about why they're doing what they're doing, yeah. And a lot of these entrepreneurs, they like the idea of being an entrepreneur instead of they don't actually have a success story. What that means is they haven't been rock bottom or come to the top. There are some people that are doing that, because what I was mentioning yesterday in my live stream was that a lot of people are talking about, let's put posts up, let's put motivational posts, let's just do videos and, you know, get a camera to follow us around. But if you really look past it all, what value are they adding? Yeah, what value are people adding? And if you look at that, people are they're very confused with their message. They're very confused with, what are they doing? What greater good are you adding to the world? You know, you're talking about how to make money, how to sell, how to have sales and sell. Like, come on, and is that changing people's lives? Is that adding a massive influence? It isn't. And what's happening is that, you know, some people are saying, well, you know, I've been through this and I've been through that. Some people are saying they've had a hard life. Yeah, they've slept on a friend's couch for 30 seconds. They stumped their toe on the corner of of a table. And what it is people are just going about the image. People are going about, oh, look at me, I'm this young entrepreneur, I'm going to be the next Gary Vee, I'm going to be the next Tony Robbins. But what they are missing out is that they haven't lived that life, or they haven't actually done something and saved their own life that they could actually teach to others. And what's happening is that they're getting up there and they're saying, well, look, this is who I am, and this is me, and this is what I'm doing. But it's all fluff. It's all colorful. It's all a facade. And while I was looking at it, I was going through some of these top young entrepreneurs on YouTube. And what I discovered was, how are you adding any value into anyone's life? What have you discovered in your own fall and rise that is massive influence to others? You know, have you been down on your knees? Have you saved people's lives? Have you, what are you adding? You're adding a couple cool little things, a couple little things that you read from a book, a couple videos, and the rest of that. But where are you adding the missing link? And what I'm seeing in a lot of young entrepreneurs is, it's all about ego. It's all about look at me. And I was talking to an upcoming entrepreneur, which is actually going to be he's speaking at the Gary Vee event, which is on Thursday. And I said, oh, so tell me about your story. And all he was saying was, he was a bartender, and a bartender that was broke, but now he's making millions of dollars. And I said, okay, that's cool, but where are you helping people's mindset? Where are you, helping people that are in the darkness? Where are you this? Where are you that? Because it's easy to make money. It's a strategy. But how is your story and your message empowering the masses? Where is the strength in your message? Where is the power in your message? Where's the message empowering to you? Because let's be honest, anyone can get up on a stage and be marketable and just, get cool at what they're doing and just keep marketing that. But if you break down all the facade, you break down the name, you break down all the glitz and glamour, what actual gift are you adding to the world? Who are you helping? Because these entrepreneurs, all they're mainly driven on is money and significance. And that's what it is. And I was sitting down talking to one of my mentors, and we did a conference call today, and I was talking to them about, okay, what's the missing link? Where are people missing? Yeah, how can we be the difference and the wow factor? And what I'm seeing is that it's driven. Most of these entrepreneurs are driven on the significance, on getting out of the 9 to 5, on being cool, being sexy, but just basically recycling information and recycling strategies that people have already, chewed up and spat out, but they, that's where they're coming up with it. And then I'm looking at, you want to break down and say, okay, what's these people's lives? Some people have been in university, some people have had this, this really comforty life, and it's been, it's been all fantastic. They might have just had maybe a couple little rocky moments, but I'm like, where is the diversity? Where you've been down on your knees on a number of times in your life, where you have been down, where you have been looking the devil in the eye, when you have been nothing but darkness. Where has been those moments for you to be able to say, you know what, I've been down and out. Not many people have been where I've been, and now I can teach you that. Now that's priceless. Now that's something that I would want to go and talk to, go and pay money to go and see. Because you don't need to obviously have this broken life to be someone inspirational. But what about this? Wouldn't you want to have gone through diversity and taught yourself the strategies? Wouldn't you have firstly wanted to know that I've been through hell and back and so on and so forth? Wouldn't you want to know that? Wouldn't you want to know that someone say, hey, I have been rock bottom, and what I'm teaching you, I've lived it, yeah? And I fought for it, and I kept living, and I fought for it, and I lived and I fought for it, because that is a true inspiration. That people, and then you know what happens as well? Some of these entrepreneurs and even these coaches that are out there, what I found out was through my coaches that they have made up a story that their life was abusive, that their life was hard, that their life was this and that, but it actually wasn't. It's a sob story. So you pretend to think, wow, geez, they've been through hell and back. Well, that's the type of person that I want to be around. And it's bullshit. Do you know what I'm saying? So hey Kat, good to have everyone on. You can't learn and come out from the other side of a book. Exactly. And that's what I'm really seeing, that people are popping up, they're saturating the market, yeah? They're saturating, well, I'm going to be this identity, I'm going to be this celebrity, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. For what? For significance? What is your message? And then if you ask them what the message is, oh, look, I want to get a few followers, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I'm like, hold on a minute, because then you're confusing the people that actually really need help, that, that we're sitting there going, well, let's be honest with ourselves. Why are you showing up to do this? Just to significance? Let's be honest, 80% to make money. And really at the end of the day, you're drawing people in just by I call it an artificial feeling, because it's just, oh, look at that, that's nice and colorful. And then once you've got it, you're like, oh, actually I don't want it anymore. Yeah. And the reason why, because with some of these young entrepreneurs, there's not too much depth, yeah? There's not too much structure, because firstly, some of them are in their 20s, 19, 18, whatever. What life have you lived? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if I talk about, and I don't want this to be about me, but if I talk about some of my life stories, firstly, you would say, well, that didn't happen. And you'd go, oh my God, how are you still here? So why I say that, because that gives you a little bit of life experience. It gives you a little bit of knowledge about, okay, well, you know what, this is wrong, this is right. But more importantly, it gets you to learn a little bit more about yourself, yeah? And why that's important, Because if you haven't experienced anything, if you haven't been to black and white, if you haven't been to up and down, if you haven't been to on and off, then you can't talk about it. You can regurgitate other people's information, you can mark it, you can get this, you can have a camera following you around or up your backside, and you can do all this stuff. But the thing, people, what I want to say about entrepreneurs and where they're coming out is because there are people that are losing their lives because they are that caught up in their head with the wrong environment, with the wrong support, with the wrong leadership, with the wrong people leading them, is that they think that, okay, I'm going to teach you how to make $1 million and be a salesperson and have confidence and love yourself and the rest of that. But you look at these people, they're not even living it themselves. So you're like, how the fuck are you giving advice? Yeah, how are you leading people? And where most entrepreneurs are failing is their story is not real, or their story isn't empowering enough to lead these people constantly. Maybe you can say it, oh yeah, that makes me feel good, but your story, your journey, and your experience isn't strong enough to lead you. It can get you maybe, oh okay, cool, you attract me, that's great, but then it stops there. Another thing, they aren't clear on their message. What is your message? Why are you doing this? And so on and so forth. And then, this is the big one. They say that they don't care about what other people think, but they are constantly talking about what other people are saying. So, I get confused. If you don't care about what other people think, then why are you keep talking about what other people are saying? So they put up these things about this and the rest of it, and I see it, and it's crazy. And look, what I'm sharing with you today is not just my opinion. I'm talking about spending 3 hours, sending messages, going back and forth on certain different things today, and then looking at that, and I'm like, fuck, it's not just me. Because what I wanted to talk about and how I wanted to, nice Lamborghini. I thought it was my car making that noise, but it wasn't. Damn. So what I want to talk about, that you want to be that missing link. You want to be that bridge. You want to be that person that could go, hey, you know what? I want to be able to help people because I've been there. And I always say this, when I first started my journey, not many people has been as low as me. And this is a thing I want to share with you all. Through your journey, you can surround yourself with people that don't have high standards, yeah? That don't really care too much for other people or the world. And before you know it, you start not caring for yourself. You start not caring for your vision, and your vision gets distracted, yeah? And what I'm noticing is that you can give too much to people. And if you're in the game giving too much to people, and not saying that you give it to get it, but you give too much to people, and because they aren't living the life that you deserve, but you think that they are, you give too much, and then you actually forget about yourself. Yeah, you forget about your journey. You forget about why you've started this path. It's like parents. Parents have children. They lose themselves in the journey of bringing up children. Not a cool idea, and it doesn't need to be like that. Because what's happening is the children aren't appreciating the parents and giving parents, hey, hold on a second, you know what? You're amazing parents. I'm going to give you your own time. I'm going to appreciate you, so on and so forth. And the parents lose themselves because they're bringing up children, but it doesn't need to be that way. Why I'm saying this is because this is another thing. There are a lot of entrepreneurs that you see that they want to make it cool. They want to make it edgy. They want to make it, they want to make it interesting. But unfortunately, their lives aren't like that. It's very easy to put up a video, to do a live stream, to put up a post, and you aren't living it. Yeah, it's very simple. And that's one of the biggest things I know with myself when I haven't, and there's days I don't get up with a pep in my step. There's days I don't do my conditioning. There's days I won't do what I teach people to do. But that's only one day. Yeah? But when I'm talking about when you see people, how they act on a daily basis, or when you start to surround yourself with people that don't have those standards, don't have that self-respect, it almost becomes a cancer. It almost becomes a suffocation. And that's exactly what my coaches, 7 of the best minds today, said what is happening on social media and what is happening to young entrepreneurs. Because if you are getting caught up too much with the riff and the raff, and you see people in that, and then all it is lights, smoke and mirrors. What that means is that people are telling you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. Are you getting this? Yeah? People are telling you what you want to hear, understanding what you need to hear. And where the big misconception is, you've got all these, I'm a network marketing champion, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm a big shot. Don't get me wrong. Everyone needs to be polished, but you know what and this is just my opinion. Let's call it an opinion. No one's perfect. Everyone's rough around the edges. Everyone cries, they scream, they burp, they fart, they have sex behind closed doors, they do all that. Why do you need to show up being polished? Why do you need to show up being this? Why can't you be real? Why can't you be? And you know what? I would prefer to go and be led by someone that has been through the trenches, yeah? I would prefer to understand that, when it comes down to, I would prefer to be led by someone that has been through it and tells me what I need to know, not what I want to know, yeah? And what that means is, you want to be led. My coaches will say to me, these I'm talking about people that are, in my coaches, there's a coach my age, and my oldest coach is 73. So with that, from 37 to 73, and that different, in all those different age groups, all the different mindset, marketing and branding, so on and so forth. So all these different things that you're looking at, you got this whole diversity of understanding that, yeah? So when you're looking at that, people say, but it's your opinion, but people say this, they say that. And the scary thing is, the reason why these other entrepreneurs, and if this is you, I want you to take it, I want you to write this down. The reason why it feels like you're giving a lot of energy and not getting anything back, it is because you're not clear with your message. You haven't lived through that. You're not radiating what you're talking about, because if you're understanding and living and breathing what you were talking about, then you are going to move the masses. Because at the end of the day, people don't buy into what you do, people buy into you. And if they know where you've come from, what you've gone through, authentically and congruently, not a fucking word, not a story, that you have been on your knees, that you have had this diversity, you've had challenges, but from what you teach and from what you do, because I'll ask you all this. If you're an inspiring entrepreneur, did you start your journey and your passion because it saved your life, or because you thought it would be a good idea to leave your 9 to 5, or for a bit of significance, or for a bit of attention? 99% it's number 2. That's what, and you can say that. There's not many people that can congruently say that what I teach and what I created was firstly saved my life, got me out of the trenches, and has saved my life and taken me to where I'm at today. Yeah, most people just want to do it for a new path of life, which is great. Most people want to do it because they want to change their life and add value. That's fantastic as well. Most people want to do it for money, for significance, to look at me, I want to be a big shot, and and have that name and the rest of it, yeah? And unfortunately, what you're doing is, and you're seeing people that have had this life, born with a silver spoon in their mouth, oh, geez, it was really hard, I had university, and, this and the rest of it, and life was really hard, and wank, 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 and not really. So with all that coming into perspective as well, what you need to understand is, what can they teach you? Can they teach you when your life is down and when your life has been in the darkness? Can they congruently teach you that? Or are they going to teach you regurgitated information? Are they going to teach you from a book? Are they going to teach you from other people's opinions, other people's model of the world? Which, don't get me wrong, you can get information from that and you can learn from all of that. But at the end of the day, this is just me, I think it's a lot more powerful that you can actually learn from someone that has actually lived through it and gotten through it, yeah? And that's what I actually that's what I think is a lot more congruent, and it's a lot more integral, that people can start to, when you're moving them into, okay, you know what, this person has actually lived through it and gotten through it, then you can teach it, because what that shows me, you mastered it, yeah? And I ask you again, What was your motivation for you starting your entrepreneurship? What was your motivation for you to start your business, to start this and that, for you to be identity? What was your motivation? Your motivation was either driven on getting out of the 9 to 5, driven on significance, driven on money, but not many people can sit here and tell me and tell you that it was what I do saved my life. If I didn't create what I'm teaching now, I wouldn't be here. Not many people can do that. Yes, they can make a story around that. That sounds all cool, but not many people can share that, okay? And the reason why I say this, it's not to compare, it's not to put other people down. In the long run, when you are working with others and leading others and so on and so forth. So this is the thing. And again, I don't want this to be about me, but I'm going to teach you. I'm not going to make it up, give you an understanding. I want to teach for what I've been through. That I would prefer people that hate me for me to telling them the truth, and then one day they wake up to themselves and go, fuck, that was just a mirror. Lee was just a mirror. I'm going to do that. And guess what? It happens. But I wouldn't want people to fucking say, well, you know what? Lee's an amazing guy. He's just feeding my significance. This, the rest of it, rah, rah, rah. And then a few months down the track, I hit a wall, my life crumbles. Oh, what am I going to do now? Oh, you know, I didn't get told this. I didn't know that I was going to hit a wall. And, oh, why didn't someone help me? And, oh, it's too late. And, yeah, true. So, with that teaching and with that understanding is that, and this is another thing, there are a lot of young entrepreneurs. So, if you want to know what entrepreneur means, problem solver. Yeah? If you haven't solved many problems in your life, then how the hell are you going to solve problems in other people's lives? You can around about take information, you can regurgitate information, you can lie and you can fake it, and then, oh, okay, I'm helping anyone, but eventually that flame is going to burn out. Or what about this? So the thing is, well, you're seeing a lot of entrepreneurs telling vulnerable, broken people what they want to hear, then giving them power and vengeance because they are creating money. So you are building broken people and giving them power because now they have money. Yeah. Not a very good combination, because then you are giving people that are vindictive to get back at the world, to get back at others that actually don't want to help. They want to take, and you're giving them power because all of a sudden they're making money and they've got status. Yeah. Well, maybe that's me again, but I don't really think that is that's what the world needs, because I think there's enough takers. What about being a giver? Yeah. What about being a giver? And this is the thing as well. And I said this before and I'll say it again. A lot of people are standing up saying, well, I don't care about, I'm here to help. I'm light, I'm happiness, I'm energy, I'm this, I'm that. And all these things are happening and all these people are talking about it. And the scary thing about that is hold on a minute, you can put up a post, you can write a fucking essay, but are you really living it? Yeah? Are you really living it? And the worst thing that, that I've said to one of my coaches, to someone that I inspire to do, and this is a big thing here. This was the worst thing that I could have said. So obviously, when you know you lose respect for someone else, and when you know you're disrespecting for someone else, this is the conversation that you have. Because this was me with one of my coaches. Now we are still working with each other, because I grew up and I grew out of my big head. It's still pretty big, but I grew up, and I'm a big enough man to let anyone know when I fuck up. So when you get too big for your shoes, and when you lose respect for yourself, people, if you've ever had this conversation, this is how it goes. And when you are getting frustrated and you're getting influenced by other people and the rest of it, this is the conversation when you have being an entrepreneur, which you're so far off the track, which I used to be, when you have it with someone that has got not just one step in front of you, times 20 the results in every area of life. So the coach says this to you. If this is a conversation you inspiring entrepreneurs or business people have had to your mentor, if you've had this, you really need to check yourself. So your mentor will say or something. You just say you've known that in your tonality. Hey, hold on a second. Why did you tell me that for? I don't agree with that. That's not right. That's not right. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So you say this to your mentor. And this was me. Got a little bit of results. I thought I was a big shot. This young entrepreneur started from being a sparky to a bodyguard to being this to that. And oh my God, I'm getting results and I'm helping people. Well, I'm an expert for 30 seconds. Yeah. And this is me. And then my coach says to me, hey, hold on, Lee, a minute, mate. Don't talk to me in that tonality. Why are you questioning what I'm saying? Is, hey, don't disrespect me, buddy, because at the end of the day, I don't need you, you need me. And then the worst thing you could say, if anyone said that, that is your opinion. If you say that to a person of authority, a person that has the results, a person that you say you respect, you are in delusional if you say to someone that is your opinion. If you say to them that is your opinion, you're so far out of your mind that if you don't think that is disrespectful to someone that is giving you the knowledge, that wants to help you, that they don't need you, you need them. If you say the word, or if you say to anyone that is your opinion, if you say that to a partner, if you say that to, I won't say a boss, because bosses aren't leaders, they're managers, that is your opinion, then what I'm telling you, then what you're doing, you really need to align it. Yeah, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business person, if you're upcoming, whatever, if you say to someone that has the results, that is, and deep down that this person has helped you a lot and has the results and actually is telling you the truth, because you need to know the truth. And if any of you are saying that to me, Lee, that's your opinion. It's not my opinion. It's 5 plus 2, 7 of the world's greatest minds. And if I tell you their names, you'll be like, fuck, that are letting you know about knowledge. So if you say, well, that's your opinion, you know what? It's because you're too scared to face the truth. You're too scared to look at the mirror and say, you know what? Fuck, can I move? Where am I going wrong here? When you can look at the mirror, but when you say it's your opinion, instead of you having the mirror to your face, you're putting the mirror to someone else and saying, no, hold on, I'm not in the wrong, I'm not doing anything wrong here, and so on and so forth. And the reason why I'm telling you this, people, that was me many times in my journey of arrogance, of ego, of aggression, of I'm going to push back, I'm going to rebut. So if you ever say to someone that has the authority, that has the results, has been there, so on and so forth, if you say, well, that is your opinion, then you should either realign yourself or stop what you're doing, go and work at a supermarket, so then you never have to have someone that's going to tell you what you need to know, okay? Matty G goes, when you say it's your opinion, it's a self-sabotage to stop you from being open-minded and learn something new. Exactly, because when I said that to my I've actually said it to a couple coaches, yeah? And I said, but hold on a minute, you don't know me. You don't know me. Well, I'm so respectful and I'm so loyal and I'm this and I'm that and I'm fucking whatever. And he goes to me, you know what, buddy? No, you're not. You said to me that's your opinion. So when you say it's your opinion, you're not valuing the information, because obviously you're questioning something about me, questioning the respect, questioning the authority. You're not questioning yourselves, people. So I'm giving you guys some live coaching now. If you're an inspiring anything, that someone is giving you something, you can either look at it. Don't get me wrong. If someone goes, you know what, you're just a fucking idiot, you're a dickhead, you're whatever, that's different. Because it isn't a high intelligent remark. It's emotional, so the intellect goes down. The higher the emotions, the intellect goes down. Yeah, the higher the emotion, the lower the intellectual. So if someone gives you an understanding and someone says to you that is that, and that's what I'm saying to you right now, most of the time it's not going to be feeling right, because there's something that you need to shift. There's something that you need to change. And that's when when you go to lead certain things and you want to go and do that you really need to have that understanding is, why isn't it feeling right? Okay, let's look within. Instead of you going, no, you look within and say, hold on, where am I going wrong? I'll give you an example. Today, I got my backside, I got myself, just put it this way, everything that I did, it was like for the last 3 months, you got it together and you go, look, my coaches, my mentors, my lawyer, my accountant just went, ripped it up and threw it in my face. And I'm like, for a minute, I've gone, what the fuck? You know how much work I've done? But you know what? I looked at it and I said, thank you. Because what I was doing was I was allowing myself to get distracted by people that didn't value me, didn't value the interaction, because they don't value themselves. I was surrounding myself with the wrong vibration. I'm surrounding myself with people that are going in circles, that they can show up and say, hey, I'm here, and the rest of it, but really deep down they're not. And what was happening was they're saying, Lee, we told you this 2 weeks ago. We told you this 3 weeks ago. And guess what I was about to say? No, you didn't. But guess what they did? They did tell me. Screenshot, recorded. Here you go. And what did you say? I've got this. But what did they want me to learn? They wanted me to fall over forward, or fall forward and say, well, you know what? I understand this. It's time to regroup. I appreciate this. But my old ego, unexperienced entrepreneur, buffhead mentality, aggression, not masculine, but feminine in a man, feminine in a woman's beautiful, feminine in a man, was going, you can't tell me to do that. I'm a CEO. I'm an expert for 30 seconds compared to these people. So I'm teaching you a lesson here, people. So look past the story. I'm teaching you a lesson on my own. How can he say that? He's putting himself down. No. I'm very honest where I fuck up in my life. I do it a lot. So that's why I get to teach it. And I'm letting you know where you go wrong and how you can fix it, yeah? Because what happens is they have lived the life because they've been there. They haven't read a book. Yes, they've read books. Yes, they've spent thousands, millions of dollars of education, but they can say, I've been from A to B to C to D. You're from B to C at the moment. I know how to get there, and this is what's happening. So they said, we need to regroup. You need to remove this energy. You need to remove these people. You need to remove yourself. You need to be this energy Lee. You need to be this CEO. This is what you need to do. You need to be putting these things and boundaries into place, and you need to start fixing it. And guess what I'm going to leave you with? What do you think the message that they said after all that, what you need to realign? What do you think they said? Give some feedback, people. What do you think my coaches said to me? I basically said it in all different ways for this live stream, and hopefully it sticks. What do you think they said? Before all of that, what did you think they said? What do I need to realign with? And there's probably a delay. So as I'm about to tell you, if you don't want to reply back, I'll let you know. They said to me, Lee, what is your message? Your heart comes with it, but even before that, what is your message? You have been distracted from who you are and what you do, and that's exactly why I'm holding this live stream. Yeah? You have been distracted. Stop overthinking and being in your ego. Yeah, it is probably that. It wasn't stop overthinking being in your ego. I was allowing myself to be distracted by people that didn't care about me, that didn't care about where we're going, that don't care about themselves. So what happened? I stopped caring about me. I stopped caring about we, and I was distracted, and my message started to dilute. My focus was that way instead of that way. There was different instructions and so on and so forth. So what happened was, you allow yourself to be in an environment where other people's vibration, their standards are down, and before you know, instead of looking up, you start to look down. And then what? You miss out on all the opportunities. You miss out shooting for the stars, and so on and so forth. So the reason why I'm telling you this, people, is firstly, what happened was, my message and my story, which it is very empowering, because not many people have been as low as me, and not many people, you know what I'm saying, have been this. Some, oh look, when I say that, the people can go, that's your opinion, but most of the people I said, well, and they don't need to be as low as me, but what I've lived through, what I've gotten through, and what I keep getting through is strength, is diversity, and it is priceless information that I'm sharing with others. And guess what? What I deferred from, why did I create what I created? Because I wanted to get out of a 9-to-5, because I wanted more money, I wanted significance. Why did I create what I created? I created what I created because it saved my life. It got me from wanting to be suicidal. It got me from the dark times. It got me from understanding that, you know, I was I was a very nasty person. I was getting involved with a lot of nasty things. I wasn't a very great person to be around, yeah? I was down, I was emotional, I was in a dark place, I was a very, very dark entity. And what I teach, and why I'm so passionate about it, it is because it saved my life. The significance comes because you're helping it. That's not a driver. The rest of it comes, that comes just because you are adding value. You're becoming a problem solver. So why I'm telling you this, people, through my fall and rise, through my lessons, from getting broken and then building myself back up many times, what I'm teaching you is, and what my coaches said to me today, Lee, get back to your story. Get back to why you started this. Get back and realign from who you are. Get back at being the best version of you. Yeah? So that's my message to you all. I got my ass kicked this morning. I'm not kicking your ass. I'm just sharing some information. Get back to why you started this. Get back to where you're going, and get back at becoming the best version of you, because people don't care about significance. People care about the story. They want to know about the journey. They want to know about that secret sauce from being there to there. Yeah? And I'll be honest with you, not many people have been down there. Most people are there and they just want a little bit of an alignment, yeah? Some people have been, you know, there's maybe a couple that have been a bit lower, but you can say, hey, I've been there. I've been there. Let's get back up here. Yeah, down there, that's finished. Let's get back up here and let's live a life. Let's start being that, yeah? Because people can call themselves anything. Entrepreneurs, business person, light worker, healer, spiritual, this, that, fucking, you know, higher consciousness. And it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't. Because at the end of the day, they are labels. Yeah? You're staring at the wrong thing. They're just trophies. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I did this and I did that. But you need to be living it. Not, okay, I'll turn the switch on and then I'll turn it off. You need to be living it. And don't get me wrong. Not every day you're going to be on your game. Not every day you're going to be strong. Not every day you're going to be on the ball. But what I want to say to you all, that it comes down to living in your truth and moving forward. Martina, thank you for opening up, owning your mistakes, and wanting to make sure that those who follow you are focused on what they need. Thank you, sister. You don't follow me, you're on side of me, yeah? I don't like followers. You're standing right next to me. You're not behind me. You're either in front of me, on the side of me. So we're all in this together. I don't like the word followers because, look, don't get me wrong. In life, there's time when we follow and when we lead, yeah? And I don't say follow, let's say take direction. So what that means is, team agreed, that's it. And what that means is that we're all in this together. I'm not going to lead my coaches, and sometimes like you do, because sometimes, okay, look, you know, but I take direction from my coaches. I take direction from my mentors. So what I want to say, people, get yourself around people that are always keeping your eyes to the top. Keep around people that you're always focusing on the bigger picture. Be around people that, because there's too many takers. Oh, this and that. And you know the scary thing is, if you're talking and giving yourself to people that aren't ready to change, and then they're not ready to open up to want to do that, then have you ever had someone that you tell information to and they go, you didn't tell me that? And you say the same thing and you say the same thing. Oh, I don't get it. I don't know where I'm going. I'm confused. You didn't say that. Right? Have you ever been around those people? They're energy vampires, because what happens is they're not appreciating the opportunity, they're not appreciating the interaction, and they're not appreciating themselves. So you can be giving them life-changing content like I'm giving you today. But if they're not opening to accept it, they're going to be going in circles. Well, I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that. Well, I'm confused. They're going to stay confused because they're confused within themselves. And why I say that, this was me. And then I would say to my coaches, but look, I've just fucked up. Where were you? You didn't tell me this. You didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me what you expected from me. And my coach said, Lee, if you were awake, you would have seen this after the 15th time I told you this, but do I need to document it? Do I need to record our messages? Do I need to videotape it? Well, we're not in a court. I know from my heart how many messages of strength I've shared with you, and that's it. And if you see people that you're giving, and they're going in circles, and then they want to go off and create their own thing, and and they forget about this and that, then that is telling you, people, you need these people. Start to shift your focus like that, and then you'll be looking at the ground. Yeah, you will. So, as my coach has said to me today, get back on your message. Get back to being you. Get back to what you are doing, and this is it. You don't need to have gone through hell and back, been suicidal, been in dark things and the rest of it, and life been broken for you to have a strong message, because you're all unique. You're all so special. Get back at being unique and start getting better at letting the world know how special you are. Yeah? Because your uniqueness is a gift to yourself and a gift to others. And your special gifts you have The only reason why you're probably not getting what you want in life, with relationship, with so on and so forth, is because you need to get better at expressing yourself. Yeah, there's no such thing as a resistive person. There's only resistive communication, okay? So find your strengths, find your uniqueness, share your story with the world, because no one else can write that story or write that book like you. As you can see, people, as well, my book's be coming out fairly soon. Through things that have happened in my life, I lost direction. I didn't really think my story was strong. I did a little bit of this and that, and now I'm going to be releasing my book. It's going to be called Wounds to Wisdom, where I've had wounds and I've created the wisdom, because what I've taught has changed my life. And over the years since I've founded Team Beast Mode International, it's saved tens of thousands of lives. Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. People that move away from certain things, as I've gone, I could have been a better leader, could have handled things completely different. I understand that, and I've grown from that. And as you grow and you stay in your power, and through the values of Team Beast Mode is loyalty, trust, respect, honor, and family. Once you move away from them, then there's going to be, there's going to be some resistance, yeah? And that's what happens, is that, you see people that what happens is, once you change yourself or move yourself away from that, or no, you keep yourself into that, but if you move yourself away from that, that's when you come off the path. But if you stay strong into your values and beliefs and who you are in your story, that the right people will stay around and you rise together, and the people that fall off that aren't congruent, aren't that, because people can talk, but they don't stay in that, they will slowly start to fall away. You'll have resistance with them, yeah? Or, more importantly, better terminology, they will have resistance to your power, okay? So have an amazing day. I think the race is going to be on. Look, I'm not one for Melbourne Cup, to be honest with you, people. That, people are paying money for a horse to race, and then at the end of it, most of these horses get, bruised lungs and blood full of lungs because they get whipped and smashed that hard. Some of these horses get put down after the race. So I'm not a big advocate for it, that, people have to put a significance for racing. Why can't every day be a celebration? Why can't every day we can dress up and we can, celebrate and enjoy each other's time? Well, that's just me. That's my opinion. There you go. So get back to being you, get back to your story, and the better that you can get expressing your story and sharing your gifts and stories that you've actually lived through, the better gift and the more valuable you're going to be to this world. So have an amazing day. Share this with anyone, people that that they really need to get back on the path. And guess what? Make sure that you have people that raise your vision, not decline them. Take care. Much love.